Today I'm going to try to draw the corner of this beautiful building in Valladolid, Spain. And as I like to do, I'm starting at the top with this domed roof. I'm trying not to be too precious about anything just yet, but I'm also staying cognizant of certain details that I don't want to miss. The ornateness of this building is exactly what makes it special to me, so I want to keep as much of that in as possible. That means not drawing a bunch of casual lines to, nail down the overall shape and perspective from the jump. But also, I don't want to bog myself down. So there's a bit of a balancing act going on, especially in the beginning. Also, having been made aware of my lackluster line work over the past 2 days, I'm not jumping into this with as much casual confidence. That has gotten me into trouble so far, so I'm careful to draw delicately when necessary, and most importantly, I'm observing the scene as much as I need to. I spent a lot of time here looking up and down, and it's ultimately to the benefit of the final drawing. Speaking of the past 2 days, I am feeling a bit more confident. I have warmed up a bit, both literally and figuratively, although still on the lookout for some gloves. And I don't think a lot of these details would have worked out had that not been the case. By the end, you'll see that together today and yesterday's drawings make for a good comparison, exhibiting, a modicum of improvement. Also, real quick, if you're new here, I'm learning to draw while I travel the world, and if that seems like a cool thing to you, consider subscribing to the channel, and like the video, and comment something. Comment something nice. That'd be great. Anyway, I am in Spain. It's not my first time here, but it is my first time in this city. I feel like I say that all the time now. My first time visiting Spain was in 2019 when my wife and I spent a month in Sevilla, or Seville in English. I just call it Sevilla, not because I'm an insufferable jerk, but actually because of the next time we visited Spain, which was for 6 months in 2022, expressly to learn Spanish. And we did so in Sevilla. So every day in class, it was called Sevilla, which is its Spanish name, its true name, I suppose. And it would only be a hassle to go back and forth. So if I end up in Florence and not Firenze, or Paris and not Paris, that's why. Now you know. So yeah, clearly we really love Spain if we chose to live here for 6 months to learn the language. It's a place that I constantly forget how much I love, strangely enough. But as soon as I return, I'm reminded of all the little things that make it special. Sometimes I like to use Google Street View before visiting a place to get a sense of what a city might be like, which doesn't work at all, honestly. And Spain is actually a pretty good example of why it doesn't. It just looks flat and homogeneous and boring. But when you arrive, there's so much life here that pictures and videos just can't capture. It's the people and the food like everywhere, but it's really the energy you feel in the streets that just fill up with people at night. It's the smells like the makeshift spice markets and orange blossoms in Andalusia. The landscapes are unbelievable. The architecture, as you can see, is widely varied and just spectacular. And everything just comes together to create this unique country with its unique regions, with their own unique cities and towns. And it has this charming, elusive, old world appeal that's hard to describe, clearly. And to top it all off, everyone is well-dressed and gorgeous. Okay, maybe that's a little bit of hyperbole, but I don't know. You should experience it for yourself if you have the means, because, it's a very special place. At least to me. I love it here. Now, how's my Spanish after 4 years? Well, just like drawing, language can fade fast if you don't keep it up. Unfortunately, after our time here in 2022, having reached a pretty solid intermediate level, we then didn't return for a year. In 2023, we visited Santander in the north, so we had a month to brush up. But since then, for whatever reason, we haven't been back. So I can survive. I can do all the normal day-to-day stuff, but my tenses have suffered. There's a lot of vocabulary lost to the recesses of my mind, and I can no longer talk about all of my hopes and dreams. In a way, it's sad, but it's also a reminder of how if you want to do something, whether learning a language or learning to draw, you can go ahead and do it. And it doesn't require a lifetime commitment or a college degree. Had I continued speaking Spanish on a daily basis since 2022, I'd no doubt be fluent by now. But I just take that awareness and apply it to other things. Case in point, the video you're watching right now. Anyway, this one kind of takes me back to Georgia a little bit, particularly one of my drawings from Borjomi. In fact, I just went back to look at that one, and I'd say this one is quite a bit better. You would expect that. However, that one had a lot more going on. Whatever, not important. It's not my favorite thing in the world, but I'm glad I'm slowly working my way back to normal after some time away. Hopefully by next week, I can fully get back on track and start making some real improvements. I know I didn't talk about the drawing very much in this one, but I figured a little history lesson would be just fine. If you like this video, please go ahead and like it. And if you want to follow along on my little drawing journey, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you for taking the time to watch this one, and I'll see you soon. Thanks.